All right, what is up, Speed Truth Sports? This is Bert. I'm joined by Tay, and today we are going over week 4 of the NFL, and we're just giving a preview to some games we think you guys should be watching and keeping an eye on because we think they're going to be interesting. Then we're also going to give a game that you might not even be looking at, but it's a sleeper matchup, could actually end up being a really, really good game. Now, the last time we did this, I'm pretty sure almost every single game we talked about ended up being really, really good. This is in the lead up to week 2. So trust us on this. All right. If you enjoy this type of stuff, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Yeah. Let's get right into it. Tay, who's the first team you got, or first matchup you got that needs to be watched?
A definitely must-watch game this week is gonna be Rams Cardinals. This is definitely gonna be a big divisional game. Definitely probably going to fight for first in this division. This game. I expect a lot of yards from both offenses in this game. I know that the Rams have a really good defense, but this Cardinals offense has been looking really, really, really good. Kyler Murray's been playing really well. Minus the interceptions, he might throw a couple, but I think just the fact that he's so able to be so dynamic, he's able to run, pass, he's able to extend these crazy long plays that might tire out the Rams defense, and I think it'll be a pretty good shootout.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, they got a lot of weapons. Jalen Ramsey's going to be on DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, we know Hop has gotten the better of him, but DeAndre Hopkins is
Absolutely.
hurt right now.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to see him going to Christian Kirk more, Rondale Moore more, AJ Green. You're going to see him targeting a lot of guys on this
Yeah,
squad, and
for
all of them can
sure.
make a big play.
And on the Rams side, I mean, Matt Stafford's playing out of his mind.
Yep.
He's looking like early career Matt Stafford. He's just gunning it. He's slinging it all over the field. He has a lot of weapons too. Van Jefferson,
Cooper
uh,
Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, Woods, Henderson's able to catch the ball out of the backfield, and they're gonna run a little bit. And I think the Cardinals might struggle a little bit with that run offense that the Rams do. He throws a Higbee a lot. He has a lot of weapons on the other side, so I think it'll be a nice matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals are going to be throwing almost. I would suspect almost every single down this game because I think they're going to be behind, but they're going to be so good on offense. It's going to keep them close. Like it's going to keep them close enough to make this a really,
Yeah,
really good
it's
game.
it's it's definitely going to be a big. It's going to be a big thing for either which defense is going to get a stop.
Yeah.
That's going to be the name of the game. Which defense can get a stop first, and which offense can get a better lead, because it's going to be just a back and forth type of thing more than likely.
Yeah, and to the Cardinals' credit, they have faced 3 really bad defenses, but they've also done their job in those games. This is going to
Absolutely.
be a bit of a bigger leap for them because now they're facing an elite defense, possibly one of the best in the NFL, and
Yeah,
this is going to be a good
easily.
chance to see what they can do against this type of defense. But yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a close game, but I mean it's hard to rule out the Rams. I think the Rams probably
Yeah,
take it.
I was going to say the same. I say Rams take it. I think they'll cause Kyler Murray to make cause some mistakes, and he throw a couple of interceptions just off their defensive looks. I think he'll be kind of confused based on what they're running. I think he's going to struggle a lot not being able to have D Hop as a solid weapon this week. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals might sneak it out. But I think the Rams might be able to pull away and get enough stops to win this game.
If the Cardinals win, it's going to be like that Vikings game. Like they just win by like 1 point. I don't think they're
Yeah,
blowing out the
easily.
Rams by any
Yeah,
means.
there's no, by any means. I don't think this game will be a blowout at all. I think it'll be come down either a touchdown or 3 points.
Yeah, my heart says Cardinals, but I gotta go with my head.
Yeah,
It makes too much sense for the Rams to
sense
win.
for Rams to win this game. Exactly,
Uh,
absolutely.
I'll go with my first game. It's the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be very, very interesting because both these teams, uh, well, the Vikings got off to a bad start, but not really a bad start because they really should have won that Cardinals game,
Absolutely.
and they've been close in every single game they've played. The Vikings, this is going to be a big test for them to see how far they can go in their own division. Because if they can beat the Browns, I think they could end up as second in their division. And
Easily.
uh, the Browns are kind of still struggling a little bit offensively, even though Odell is back. He's still questionable for the game, so something could re-aggravate and he might not play. And he's not obviously not even playing at 100%. So the Browns are going to be a little bit offensively challenged, but they do have Nick Chubb. They have Kareem Hunt. That's going to be a really, really explosive duo against this Minnesota defense who hasn't been
Absolutely.
particularly great at stopping the run. But I honestly, Minnesota has so many weapons in their secondary, and
It's so hard to stop them.
the Browns have struggled enough in the past 3 weeks. Besides the Bears game, I just threw that out the window. But they've struggled in the first 2 weeks, and if that happens again, if they kind of struggle again, I mean, Thielen, Osborne, Jefferson, they got Conklin now. Kirk Cousins has weapons. And
Alexander Madison, if he's stepping in for Dalvin Cook again this week, he's another weapon they have. Yep. I mean, this offense is just really, it's honestly really explosive, and Kirk Cousins is so far having a really good year. So when he's on and when he's playing like this, it's going to be kind of hard to stop this offense from succeeding with all the weapons they have. My only thing is if Dalvin Cook comes back this week, I think the Browns might struggle a little bit stopping him, and that's going to open up the offense even more to be even more explosive. I mean, you see more play action plays and, more runs, more, third. They might not throw on third, but they might give him a run look, and they might go over top with Jefferson. They might go over top with Thielen. They go over top with Osborne, or they go underneath with Conklin. It's going to be kind of hard to stop this offense.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Vikings team that with just a couple plays can change the entire game. Just one throw to Jefferson deep, one throw to Thielen, it could change the whole game. And this is, I think the Vikings are much better than the record shows. And
absolutely.
This is going to be a big test for them. And it's also going to be a test for the Browns because can their defense hold up against this elite offense?
Yeah, easily.
So I think it'll be a very interesting game to watch.
I think a big thing for the Vikings will be pass protection. I would like to see what their protection schemes are for this week because you got a heavy blitz. You got a Myles Garrett. Clowney's on the other side who just complements Garrett because Garrett's probably going to get a lot of double teams. You're going to leave a lot of one-on-one matches for Clowney, who still has a little gas in his tank. And then you have Jock, who they like to blitz a lot. I don't know if they're going to pick up on a lot of these blitzes. They might have the best. I don't think they have their best blocking backs available. I don't know if Madison's really that good of a blocking back like Dalvin Cook is, or like I wouldn't even say Amir Abdullah. I would say CJ Ham probably come in and block. But this Browns defense, they run a lot of blitzes. They bring a lot of dogs on you. So I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to see how good his O-line can hold up. Enough for him to get the ball out in time. Enough for his receivers to get open. Enough for him to, kind of dink and down how he always does.
Mm. As for who's going to win this game, look, I can't root for the Browns, so I'm going to Vikings.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the Vikings, they come with this game with a chip on their shoulder, especially after last week. They improved a lot last week, and I think they're going to kind of ride with the momentum they have going on right now. I don't see Kirk Cousins really having a bad game yet. He's really performed really well, and I think he's just going to keep performing this way. Justin Jefferson seems like he's getting right on track. Thielen's just been that guy since he's been there, and Conklin's really doing this thing too. So I think Minnesota might edge this one out, honestly. I really do. And it won't be by much. I think it might be by like 3.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a close game. But yeah. What's your second team that we got to watch, or second game that we got to watch this week?
I got to go with my boys. I got to represent. I got us on Monday night. This game could definitely really plan out who's going to be first in the division as of now.
Yeah.
You guys are facing the Broncos this week, and I expect you guys to handle business and, get the job done for us. But this game really could just plan out who's going to be number one, who's going to take a big leap, and who's going to ride the momentum going into week 5 with number 1 in this division. I think this is going to be our first kind of real test with a full healthy offense. Mm-hmm. Chargers have their quarterback, they have all the receivers. Eckler's still healthy. Then they have Josh Kelly, who's still there. Larry Roundtree, who's still there. Jared Cook is performing well. The O-line's holding up really well, which is really surprising me. And the defense is playing way better than I expected. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a real challenge for us this week. But I think we'll do just enough to get the job done.
I'll make it no secret. I got the Raiders in this game. I believe in y'all now. You guys just know how to finish games. Like, you guys just know how to end games. And if this game gets close with the Chargers, because it seems like all their games are getting close nowadays. If it gets close, I'm definitely putting my money on the Raiders to win that. To
for sure. That. We've definitely clutched out a lot of games so recently.
Yeah. I mean, if Derek Carr is he still dealing with a little nagging injury?
I believe he's all good. I think they're just kind of just wrapping it up for safety. He looked pretty good last week. He didn't really scramble much, which I noticed. They kind of try to keep him in the pocket a lot, which is another thing I'm noticing, that it might be hurting him a little bit, and they're going to give a little extra protection to kind of keep him some more time to kind of be able to stay in the pocket and throw more. My only thing is that will the Chargers pick up on that? And will they blitz more to force him to kind of scramble, test his ankle a little bit and kind of see how he is mobile wise. But I think he's fine. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I think he was just kind of being precautious, not really running as much this week, but we'll have to wait and see.
He's fully healthy. I don't know why they wouldn't be the favorites to win this game. I believe the Chargers actually are the favorites to win this game, probably because they're riding high off the Chiefs' victory. But, let's be real. Matchup-wise, I think the Raiders match up better against the Chargers than the Chargers do to the Raiders.
1,000%. I think a main thing is that we're kind of realizing the speed we have on offense. Yeah. We're really starting to abuse it. And I think a lot of teams are not used to that. They're used to us kind of, having this slow pace. Let's run the ball 3 downs or 2 downs, throw it on 3rd down, that kind of offense. But we're throwing the ball on 1st down sometimes. Sometimes we might throw on 2nd. We might catch you off guard and then throw on 1st and 2nd, run on 3rd, and just get the chains moving a lot. So I think it's we've been mixing up our schemes a lot. I like the way the offense is looking right now. A main thing with us is how good is this defense going to play? I don't know if they're gassed out or not. They seemed like they were gassing out a little bit last week. But they always find a way to clutch up at the end of the game. I just hope this doesn't become another close game because I don't know if that defense will be able to hold up with the top tier offense with Justin Herbert back there throwing the ball to all his guys with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Eckler out of the backfield, Jared Cook coming out at the tight end spot. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm actually a little bit concerned about their offense this week because of what I saw last week. Because last week they started off really strong and then they kind of went on a drought for a while. They didn't really score. And they actually kind of didn't look great, to be honest, in the second half until they had that final drive where they just kind of barely won it out. The Raiders defense is much better than the Chiefs defense. Much better.
Yeah.
And honestly, if the line for the offensive line for the Chargers isn't ready for Max Crosby, he's gonna eat him alive.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. He's been great. I think he's been the most pressure guy on all quarterbacks so far this season. I'm pretty sure he's the number 1 guy with pressure on all quarterbacks so far, every single team that we played. And I think it's just I don't know what it is about this guy. He just doesn't lose energy. It's like he has just an extra reserve tank for every single game. And then it seems like he doesn't get any time off the field. He plays every single down on defense. I don't think I've seen him go out the game one time this year yet.
Yeah, I'm sure half those pressures were from the first week.
Yeah, more than likely it was 1,000%.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a really good game. I got the Raiders squeaking out in that one.
Most definitely. It's a homecoming game for us. We're back in Cali. I think we'll see. Yeah. We might really flood SoFi. We don't want to take over the new stadium completely, but I think we might flood the stadium a little bit. You might see the black hole present.
That's something I totally forgot. But yeah, no, for sure, because there's only 100 Chargers fans in LA.
Yeah, that's
there's going to be 1 million Raiders fans there.
Yeah. So I think we might end up flooding the stadium. This might be a big homecoming game for us. So we might not be having a lot of trouble with the road crowd, kind of being all loud and obnoxious on 3rd downs when Derek Carr kind of needs to hear, O-line needs to hear the snap count. We might try to jump guys offside. I think it'll be a lot of Raiders fans in the building. So hopefully we'll have that to our advantage. We'll be able to abuse it, and we'll come out with a W.
All right. My second team, I originally had the Panthers and Cowboys. I'm gonna make an audible right here. I'm gonna call an audible. I'm just gonna go with the Raiders versus the Broncos, man. It's gonna I think it's gonna be a good game. We're gonna see what the Broncos are finally made of here. We're gonna see if their defense really holds up. We're gonna see if Marquise Brown can bounce back from that performance. We're gonna see the Ravens defense and if they can hold off this Broncos offense. I know they've got some injuries going
1,000%,
but they still have really good pieces: Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton. They still have really, really solid pieces. So if this is one of those games, kind of like last week, where you probably might have expected the Ravens to blow out the Lions, but they actually end up being close because of drops and bad play by the offense. This could be another situation like that, where everyone's kind of like, the Ravens will take it, but the Broncos defense is actually very good. And I would not be surprised if this game came down to the wire. But I want to touch on the Cowboys thing a little bit, just because I originally had him there. I think that's going to be a good game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a real test to see if this Cowboys defense is legit. I know Michael Parsons is a little shaken up. I'm sure he'll play this week, but we'll see how this defense holds up against the Panthers' weapons. Even though they're missing Christian McCaffrey, they still have DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall. They still have a lot of weapons on offense. Sam Darnold can run with the ball when he needs to. This is going to be a test for the Dallas defense, see if it's legit or not. And for the Panthers, it's going to be a test of their offense. Is their offense really legit?
As good as it's been looking, yeah.
Yeah, and especially without McCaffrey. Can they win games without McCaffrey? So I think that's an interesting storyline going in that game. I got the Panthers in that game, and going the other way, I got the Ravens against the Broncos.
To speak on the Ravens-Broncos game, I'm going to ride with the Ravens, of course, because, I don't need the Broncos to be going 4-0 and trying to battle us for that first in the division. But I also don't think that the Broncos have really played that great of football because they haven't really played a complete football team yet.
Yeah.
The Ravens have a way better defense than any teams they saw from week 1 to 3. Minus, there's a couple injuries here and there, but you guys have enough pieces, enough for you guys, to shut them down a little bit on offense. I think you guys will give Teddy Bridgewater a problem. I expect Owe to, kind of get back there a lot. Calais Campbell might be a problem this week. I'm pretty sure he will be a big problem for that center this week if he's playing nose tackle how he was against us. But for sure, I just don't see the Broncos really, edging it out against a team who has enough pieces to get the job done. Lamar is still healthy. Bateman might come back this week. I know you guys have him practicing, but if he comes back this week, that'll be a big test for that Denver secondary, which I probably expect, a Patrick Surtain matchup on him. So, we'll see rookie on rookie probably this week. Tyson Williams has been showing out. Hopefully they feed him more than Latavius Murray. John Harbaugh, please, this is a Raiders fan speaking to you, please give Tyson Williams the ball. We all saw how good he was week 1, and you guys tend to bench him because he makes little small mistakes. Of course, doesn't have the experience like all these other running backs you guys have, but play this guy. He's definitely the best. He's the most athletic one you guys have, the most speed that fits with Lamar. You guys will be just blown right past this Broncos defense if you guys keep that backfield like that. Like you said, hopefully Marquise Brown can, minimize those drops because he probably would have had 2 or 3 touchdowns last week if he caught some of these touchdown passes. I expect Mark Andrews to come with another big game like he had last week. Sammy Watkins, hopefully he doesn't have, cold feet and, he turns into Butterfingers this week. He's kind of wishy-washy a little bit, but I expect him to have a pretty decent game. And, Devin Duvernay's there, of course. He's just another weapon you guys have that you guys can use. Yep. I definitely think that Lamar and this Ravens offense will get the job done and the defense will hold this, I don't know how good this Broncos offense is, but I think this defense will hold them enough to, win this game.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about our defense because we've let up a lot of points to teams that we should not have. Like the Lions,
absolutely.
The Lions should not have been in a position to win against us. Like, let's be
absolutely
real. We dropped a lot of points to the Raiders, a lot of points to the Chiefs, even though we won the games. We've been winning based on our offense, which is almost a first because as a Ravens fan, we've always just had a great defense, and our defense has mostly carried us. But this is the first time our offense is really actually carrying a load this year. So I'm a little concerned about that. But yeah, I think this will be a good game. It might be closer than you think, but I think it'll be a good game. What about the Cowboys Panthers? What do you think about that?
See, that was tough because, these are actually, honestly, so far these teams have looked really good. Both offenses seem to be like just action. It's just both quarterbacks have been playing out of their minds. We all know how good Dak was last year. He was amazing last year before he got the injury, and he just picked up right where he left off. But also Zeke kind of, he got the ball rolling last week. So if Zeke's able to run the ball like that, this Panther defense might have a little trouble, and I think they might open up that offense a little more with Zeke running the ball like that. But to speak about the Panthers, the Panthers defense is really, really good, and they have a lot of pieces to stop the run. I wanted to say that as well. And they have a really good secondary. I know J.C. Horn is out for the year, which is a big hit for them. But I think
they
that
just got Surtain.
Jeremy. They have
and they got C.J. Henderson.
C.J. Henderson's there. C.J. Henderson came in the trade. Then they have Jeremy Chen, who's a crazy hybrid safety who was amazing last year. Who's been doing pretty good this year too as well.
Yep.
But to speak on the offense, I mean, Darnold's just been killing it, man. I'm happy for him. He got it out of that toxic franchise with the Jets. He's finally showing how good he is. He's delivering the ball so well with Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, Chuba Hubbard is filling in, and I think he's been doing pretty well for Chris McCaffrey. Who's the other guy? I'm trying to think of his name. They It's DJ Moore. How can I forget about DJ Moore? I know he got injured last game, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna play this week.
He's playing.
I think yeah. So if he's playing this week, then he's gonna be a big problem for that Denver Cowboys secondary. I imagine Trayvon Diggs will be guarding DJ Moore, and he's been playing really well. But if Anthony Brown's guarding Robbie Anderson, it'll be a long game if that's the matchup they're dependent on. I think I'll take the Panthers to edge this one out, just because I think their defense is gonna help them out a little bit. But I think this game is gonna be really close. I wouldn't expect it to be a shootout. I would say that it'll be a first half like slugfest. In the second half, you'll kind of see both offenses kind of open up, and they'll just adjust to how both teams are playing.
Yeah, I agree. And look, the Panthers have the pieces on defense. I think they can really do this. So, even though the Dallas offense is lethal, picking up CJ Henderson's a big pickup for him, and I think it's going to make a difference from day one. Yeah. So, what's your sleeper? I got the Panthers too, and in that matchup, what's your sleeper matchup for this week?
I'm going with Bucks and Patriots. I know most people are expecting this game to kind of be like a blowout. Brady's gonna go in and annihilate Bill Belichick and embarrass him in Foxborough. But this Bucks defense is not even the defense. The Bucks secondary has not played up to expectations. I think we might see a little more action out of Mac Jones this week. I think Belichick might get a little risky. Try to change the game plan up a little bit because Brady knows him like the back of his hand, so he might come with a couple of things that are a little unexpected. I think that Mac Jones is going to limit a lot of turnovers this week. I know he had 3 interceptions last week against the Saints, but I think we won't see as many turnovers. I think maybe he might get one off just a rookie mistake, but don't expect him to make a lot of mistakes this week. I think it's going to be very simplified, but it's going to be very different to what Brady's going to be expecting.
Yeah, and also looking back at like a fair amount of Mac Jones interceptions actually have been off the hands of his own
receivers. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he does mess up sometimes, just try to throw into the wrong position and get it picked off. But sometimes it's just his receivers like Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. They just can't catch the ball correctly.
Yeah,
off their hands.
Struggling right now.
Yeah, those hands are struggling right now. I think it will be a good game, mostly because of the storyline, just because everyone wants to see Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. Those are the two powerhouses used to work together. Now they're apart from each other.
Yeah,
and you're right. It's going to be interesting to see, Belichick's work with Brady. He knows what he's like, but Brady has also worked with Belichick, and he knows what he's like. So is Brady going to be giving tips to the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure he'll have a talk with him. I definitely got the Bucks in this game.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be probably by a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game, but I think the Bucks will pull away.
Yeah. I say that I see some first half struggle from the Bucks. I think that Belichick's gonna give Brady some different looks that he's not used to. Belichick is a defensive mastermind, so he's capable to just adjust and make all these crazy just schemes and stuff like that to all these different quarterbacks. And this is the first time we get to see how he plays Tom Brady. I feel like everybody wanted to see those practice film and everything, how they played against each other with these 11 on 11 scrimmages. But this is the first time we get to see it in live action. So if anybody has a game plan to stop Brady, I imagine it to be Bill Belichick. So I think first half, Brady's going to struggle a little bit because Belichick's going to throw some crazy schemes at him. He might give him some crazy pressure. But I think that Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich will make the adjustments in the second half to pull away and get the win. But I think this game will be really close. I think it will come down to a touchdown, but I don't think it'll be more than that. I don't see it being a 2-touchdown win or a 3-touchdown win.
Yeah, and I mean I'm pretty sure Stephon Gilmore's still hurt, right? Wasn't he put on the PUP list?
I believe he was put on PUP list, and I don't think he's able to come back just yet. I don't know if he's practicing yet. I haven't heard anything about him practicing.
I haven't heard anything either, yeah. But
if
that's
Gilmore's
gonna be a big loss for them. They need him to win this game.
Yeah, if Gilmore is if they've just been working on him, behind the scenes, not really saying much. If he ends, game time decision, he comes back, that could be a big difference in this game. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But if it does, I think it'll be a big shock.
I'm not sure when he's eligible to come back, but I think it's like week 6.
Oh, okay.
I have to double check on that.
Then that definitely won't happen.
Yeah, but
on the other hand, Tampa Bay's without AB again this week.
Yep.
I think that's a big thing because he's just perfect for that wide receiver 3 spot in that offense. And I think right now they're kind of find who's the better option at wide receiver 3. Is it Tyler Johnson or Scotty Miller? I know Scotty Miller got a little banged up last week, and Tyler Johnson kind of came in and filled his role. But I think that's good. That'll be a big thing. But I do expect for this to be a big Gronk game. I think we'll see another week. Yeah. We'll get a lot of another 2 touchdown week from Gronk. But I think we'll just have to wait and see.
And are the Bucs actually going to run the ball, or are they just going to throw 10 passes to Gio Bernard? Like, I don't know if they can even run it efficiently anymore. They probably just kind of have to throw 10 passes to Gio Bernard every single time in place of running the ball. That's going to be their version of running.
That's the version of running the ball. These screen passes, these swing passes, these quick outs that they like to run with them. So just stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Last sleeper matchup. I got the Washington football team against the Atlanta Falcons. I think this could be an offensive battle. Even though the football team has a good defense, they have not been playing up to it, have not been playing up to their standard. I think a lot of it's the schemes they're running, and just they don't change in the middle of the games.
They kind of stay the same scheme that they had from day one.
Yeah,
or not even that from the first snap.
Yeah, like if they want to run cover 2 and that's their game plan, they'll run it the entire game. Like I think they did that last week, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll do it for like the entire game, and then even if they're getting cooked, they'll stick with it. I think that that's kind of what's holding them back right now. But Taylor Heineke is really, really good. We've seen what mobile quarterbacks can do against the Falcons. We saw what Jalen Hurts did against them in week 1. A mobile quarterback is the Falcons' biggest weakness.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Even though Daniel Jones didn't do too good against them, all his weapons were getting hurt, so it's not like he really could have done too much.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
For Washington, almost everybody's healthy. Curtis Samuel's even talked about maybe coming back this week or next week, so that could also be a big boost for him. This is going to be an offensive battle though, because Calvin Ridley's on the other side, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop Calvin Ridley like that. They also still have Cordell Patterson. The Falcons do. This is going to be a shootout, in my opinion. This is a sleeper game to watch. But I think football team's going to take it in the end. I just think they have the better run game, and I think they have the better overall passing talent.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking on this game, there's a lot of injuries on both sides that will be, kind of debate on how each team's going to perform. Right now, Brandon Sheriff is questionable. Matt Ioannidis is questionable. Benjamin St. Juice is questionable, and he's been a big role in that secondary as a rookie. I think this is going to, like you said, it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be hard for the Washington football team to stop Kyle Pitts. I think this is the week that we get to see the breakout game for Kyle Pitts.
That's true.
Perfect matchup for him, because I really don't see Landon Collins stopping him. I don't see Cam Crow kind of guarding him enough to stop him. And I think that the Falcons are going to try to get him open in the open field, in the middle of the field, especially if Washington comes back with that cover 2 look again like they did last week.
Yep.
Jack Del Rio doesn't make any adjustments, and they kind of just stick with it until it doesn't work anymore. Cordell Patterson's been playing phenomenal, running the ball, catching the ball out of the backfield, and I think this might be the week we see multiple touchdown game from Calvin Ridley too. On the other hand, with the Washington football team, Taylor Heineke has been performing really well. Hopefully this week they feed more Antonio Gibson. Please, can you guys give the ball to Antonio Gibson for my fantasy sake?
This is the week.
For the football team fans' sake, just give Antonio Gibson the ball. Feed him this week, please.
If there's any week to do it, it's this week against
1,000%
against this horrible line that the Falcons have. Actually, it's probably the best part of their defense, but it's not even that good, which is saying a lot. But yeah, I even with the offensive line struggles for Washington, I mean, like I said, I don't think the line is that great. The defensive line is that great on the Falcons, so I'm not sure if it'll make that big of a difference. And Heineke can at any moment scramble out of the pocket
and improvise.
Yep.
My only thing is that if Atlanta decides to blitz Deion Jones a lot this week, I think that'll be a big problem, and I think the offensive line will have a big problem picking up those blitzes. I know that AJ Terrell is out, and then them having him out with the concussion is a big deal. But if he's questionable right now, if he's capable to play this week, I think the Falcons will edge this one out, and I think they'll get enough stops on defense, to beat him this week. I really do.
All right, all right. We disagree on this one. Yeah, this is going to be a really good sleeper game. This is, not something people are probably going to be tuning in much to watch, but this is probably, I think it's going to be one of the most exciting games of the week. So, yeah, that's all we got for now. So, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. This has been Bert.
Hey, see you guys later.
We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.